Assalamualaikum everyone, good morning, hi, how are you guys doing today? Good? Still surviving the day? Yes? No? Yes? Because I'm looking at tired faces right now, I think. Did you guys take your breakfast this morning? Tell me the truth. Yes or no? Yes, no, yes. Okay, there are some of you that didn't take your breakfast yet. So after this, please make your breakfast as a routine, because breakfast is very important for you, and it helps you to be more focused, and it helps you to be energized. You don't easily get tired, when you take your breakfast. If you don't take your breakfast, you'll be like this for the whole day. Alright? Okay, after this, please don't skip your breakfast. So, for those who are feeling sleepy, you may go to the washroom and wash your face and refresh yourself, okay? I'll start my class in 5 minutes. Everyone's in? Yes. Okay, cool. So today is Wednesday. As we promised, every Wednesday we're gonna learn literature, right? So today I'll be touching a new topic. Before I go further, I brought some things with me and I would like to ask your help. So this is the first thing that I brought with me, the lipstick. Second item and the third item. So right now I would like to ask your help. What kind of similarities can you see from all these 3 items? Yes, Miza. Yes, correct. All these 3 are in red. The color of these 3 items are red. So, I'm going to ask you another question. Whenever you see something red or you hear the word red, what actually comes into your mind, and what do you feel? Maybe as example, you have a presentation today and you wore something red. You wore a red dress. What would you feel, wearing that dress with the color of red? Anyone? Yes, Sarah. Good. So Sarah said that if she wears something red, she would have the feeling of confident. She is feeling very bold because of the color itself. So but the question is, why do we have that kind of thoughts? Do we have that kind of feeling every time we wear red? When we see red, and when we remember or we listen to something called red color, why? So any one of you knows the answer? Color actually affects our life, and that is true. We have this term called color psychology, where color actually affects us in terms of our emotions, our feelings, and it makes us respond to it. So let's go to our lesson today. So today we're going to learn a poem called or entitled "What is Red" by Mary O'Neill. So as I mentioned earlier in the class last week, I asked you to read the poem, right? Did anyone of you read the poem? Yes, Amira. So, Amira, can you help me by reading out the poem out loud? So, good. Thank you, Amira. So, today we're going to learn about the poem "What is Red?" That's why I brought you some stuff in red. And today I'll be covering the main theme and the main themes of the poem, and I'll be touching some of the vocabularies, bombastic vocabularies for you. to increase your vocabs, you know. So I hope that at the end of the class you could actually explain and simplify what is read is all about, and you could increase your vocabularies and use it in your exercise that I'm giving you afterwards, okay? Cool. So right now let's start. So as a start, what is this poem all about? What is read is all about? So based on the poem itself, the poet actually writes about the red color as seen in certain things, natural and man-made. You know, as he actually mentioned about our emotions, our feelings, our response, and other things that we experience in our real lives. So other than that, the poet is actually trying to convey her perception regarding red and all the things that related to red itself. So right now, let's go to the main theme. Main theme of this poem is all about one color that can provoke our feelings and responses. So there are a few other themes under the main theme that we can see. First is the vibrancy of a color, where the poet is trying to describe red in different ways. She's making us, as the reader, seeing the wonders of the color and its role in our everyday life. So we actually experience it in our real life. So second theme is about life, where she actually includes emotions, feelings inside her poems, mentioning about love, embarrassed, angry, and also different things that appear around us that can relate to blood, lipstick, roses, love, all these things that I mentioned. So these are few themes that we can see from the poem itself. Let's move to the poem right now. So can I have Izati? Can you please read us the first stanza? Good, thank you, Izati. So right now, let's go through the first stanza. What does the stanza means? Please take a note so that you could revise it later, okay? So based on the stanza 1, it actually the poet is trying to actually relate between the color of red with all the things that we experience in our real life, our real relate read with our real experience. But in this case, it's her experience, what she knows, based on her perceptions, because she's writing the poem, okay? So red is the color of sunset, and it is true, red is the color of sunset. Red is when you are pumped up and ready for something, as red is the color of bold. It's a bold color. It gives you the confidence, the courage in doing something. So the red mark on your nose is the result of a sunburn. You know, after having sunbathing, you have that mark. Red is also blood, which goes out when there's a cut on your fingers. Can you get where this word blood comes out? It's in the line where the poet actually mentioned about squiggles. So then she said about bricks, and she mentioned about bricks because bricks are red too, and it's hard. So at the same time, red is also associated, and also when she mentioned a band, because there is a band called red, and here red is also associated with heat. You know, fire, heat from the sun and everything. We always associated it with red. And then people trend red if they are embarrassed and would want to hide. You know, when you have the feeling of embarrassment, you feel like, oh my god, I just don't want people to see me anymore. That feeling actually makes your face turn really, really red. You know, very, very red. until other people could actually realize that your face, the color of your face is becoming pinkish. Not face, I would say your cheek, yes, becomes red. Because it's like you stressed out and with the feeling of embarrassment. And then firecrackers and fire engines mentioned are red too. That's why she mentioned that in her poem. And when one is very angry, it is imagine that your head is red. Moving on to stanza 2. Can I have Hanis, please? Hanis, can you please read for us the stanza 2? Thank you. So in stanza 2, the poet actually she actually wrote about the Indians. Here, red is associated with the Red Indians. And red is also the decoration of a circus card, where the circus card is red in color. And she mentioned about lipstick. Lipsticks are red. So here also, red also means caution or warning, and so is a shout or a red signal, where we can see it through traffic light, flag, and etc. As maybe you could see some races, right? Races when it's the ending point, they will put a red flag. And even for the traffic light, when you need to stop, the red light will come out. So when the red light comes out, you need to stop. If you go, something bad will come out. Okay? So lastly, red is always a color that grabs attention, and the poet is trying to say that red is a show-off thing, instead. Because, as I mentioned earlier, the color of red is a color that caught people's eye. It's very bright, it's very attractive, that's why. It's kind of show-off. But at the end of the line of the poem itself, the poet actually asks us a question. What happens if there is no red color at all? What might happen? Can all of you think one answer? Because one example, what will happen when we don't have the color of red is we could have more accidents coming. So appreciate each and every color that we have, because every color plays an important role in our life. Okay, so right now we're going to move to some vocabularies before I end the class. So there are 4 vocabularies that I'm going to make you learn today. One is blazing from the first stanza. Second is squiggles, that I said she's actually trying to mention about blood. Remember? So the third one is flicker. And the fourth one, the final one, is might. So there's 4 words that we're going to learn today. What I want you to do right now is bring out your dictionary that I have asked you to bring, and please look for the definitions inside the dictionary. I'll give you 5 minutes from now. Have you guys found the definitions of each word? Yes, good. So right now, make 4 groups. So I suppose there will be 5 people in each group, right? 20 of you, so divide by 4, so 5 each groups. So please, every group send 1 representative to the front. Okay, so right now, we're gonna do one activity. I have the 4 words on this board. What you guys, as the representative needs to do is that you need to choose one number here. So, and you need to write it down, and I'll tell you what to do next. So, the first group, can you please tell me the number you want? Number 2, okay. Number 2 is squiggles. So group 1, squiggles. Group 2, number 5. Group 5 is might. So group 2, the word is might. Group 3, number 3. Alright. Number 3 is flicker. So group 3, the word is flicker. Group 4, the final number. Group 4, number 1. Okay, number 1 is blessing. Oh, okay, great. You guys have different words. It's completing all the 4 words. Good. So what you guys need to do right now is that you need to tell me the definitions of each word and share it to the class. And what I want you to do right now is explain to me what is it all about other than definition. Okay? Cool. I'll give you 3 minutes because I asked you to find the definitions earlier, right? Great. Let's start. So let's start. Group 1, the word squiggles. Great. So group 1 said, squiggles is a short line that curls and loops in irregular lines. Meaning, as I mentioned earlier, it's like, when she's trying to mention the blood, she mentioned squiggles because she wanted to say something like, oh, the blood comes out, not in a straight line form. Group 2. Group 2, your word is might. What is might? So, group 2, what is might? Correct. So, might, it refers to power. So, group 3, what is your word again? Flicker. So, what is flicker? Good. So, flicker is a flame or light that causing a rapid variations in brightness. It's very, very bright. That's what that is flicker. So, as lastly, before we finish the class, we have group 4. What is the word again? Blazing. So, blazing. What is blazing, group 4? Good. Blazing refers to heat or any things that's burning brightly. I think that's all for our class today. And before I end my class, please write a summary about this poem, where you need to explain to me the main the themes of this poem and what is the poem all about in the simplest way that you can. And please make sure all these 4 words being included inside your summary, okay? And you may hand in the summary next week. Cool? Cool. Okay, thank you. See you next class.